Yo, what up guys, it's Ian, also known as the Bay Area Sequoia, and today I'm going to show you guys how to change out your serpentine belt tensioner on your first gen Sequoia from the 01 to the 07. Let's get it. So the reason why we're changing our serpentine belt tensioner is because this bearing was bad, and then the actual tensioner, the spring load in there, was turning out to be bad as well. So let's get it changed out. So we actually installed a serpentine belt tensioner, which was a Gates one, and it came with a 90. Your car uses a 102, so go ahead and get the one that says a 102 millimeter one. So this is the one that comes with the actual serpentine belt tensioner. This, it didn't work out as good and it started wobbling back and forth, and that's just how it came from the factory. So we're just going to return that one, and then we're going to get the new one that has the 102 and slap that in there. So let's get to it. To get to the serpentine belt tensioner, you don't have to remove the fan or the fan shroud. You're just going to have to remove a couple items and just push them out to the side. There. Okay, let me get that out the way. So here we already removed the belt. Go ahead and take your belt off. There's no difference in the belt, they're all the same size. You're going to remove your timing belt cover, then you're going to move the power steering pump to the side, and then you're going to pull out the alternator and just going to pull it forward just like that. And then you'll have access to all the bolts right there. So try not to lose these or drop them inside your the cover when you take them off. You're just gonna set that aside. You have another little cover right here that you have to remove in order to gain access. One long bolt right there for this cover right here. Just gonna go ahead and remove this as well. So next we're gonna remove the power steering pump. There's 3 bolts. You have about one right here, another here, and another underneath. Get access to the bolt. There's one. It's actually a nut, but the second one. Second one. And last but not least, the third one. Bam, third bolt. So you're just gonna pull this out. Next up, alternator. The top one is a nut, so you have there's the last bolt on your alternator because it's covering the bolt to the serpentine belt tensioner up there. So it's another 14. You're just gonna pull it up forward and then move it off to the side. Okay, now you got that out. Go ahead and pick up your alternator. And then just move it off to the side just like that. Now you can see the serpentine belt tensioner. We removed the pulley off of it because we were trying to figure out what was going on, but I'll show you guys in a second. So there's one bolt down here and then two more at the top. Let's get those changed out. So there's your serpentine belt tensioner, and there's just two nuts that hold it so you can slide it forward. That's it. There it is. So for some reason this was wobbling. So I'll show you guys the differences. So here you have the 90 millimeter one that comes from Gates, and here's an OEM Toyota one. So the OEM Toyota one uses a 102, and it just slides along this little plastic, I'll just call it a wheel. This one does not have one. It runs a smaller wheel, which is a 90. We tried to put the 102 on here, and obviously it was scratching up against here. So you can already tell the differences between the two. So if you're gonna get another one, get the 102. It sticks out a little further. Let's see, yep, sticks out a little further and taller. So let's put the new one in. We installed a new serpentine belt tensioner. What we're gonna do now is put on the alternator. So try to get that back on there. It's gonna be 19 foot-pounds for the serpentine belt tensioner. That's your torque spec. Here's the bolt that goes to the alternator down here. So we'll go ahead and torque that to 32. Actually, we'll just do 30. Okay. Now we'll go ahead and reinstall the mounting bolts for the serpentine belt tensioner. So the ones holding the serpentine belt are going to be just 19 foot-pounds. So 14. Hit it with the Ugga Dugga. Go ahead and torque it. Just 30. So now we got the alternator bolted back on. We're gonna do the power steering pump and then just redo everything together. So here's your nut for the power steering pump. Boom. And it's gonna be these two for the pump. So it's gonna be 33 foot-pounds for the torque spec on the power steering pump. There, you're pretty much almost done. Boom. I think it's 35 foot-pounds. Should be 35 foot-pounds to torque it down. Yeah. There we are. Done. Now just putting the belt back on. Okay, cool. All right, now we get the belt back on. I'm just gonna put the intake hose and then fire it up. Cool. All right. Here we go. And we're done. Wham bam, thank you, ma'am. Okay, let's clean it up and fire it up. All right, moment of truth. Perfect. All right, and that's how you guys install your serpentine belt tensioner and your idler pulley, and then the belt. So make sure you guys go with that 102 millimeter one instead of the 90 from Gates. You can get that at your local O'Reilly's. But make sure to hit that like, subscribe, and follow us for more content on your first gen Sequoia. Let's go.